What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 30, season 3 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad Talks, and joining me, as always, is a man who, in the episodes building up to this, may have some bad blood. It is me and Jmack Gaming.
I punched him in the mouth.
Why
are you laughing, buddy? Is it because I got a gun to your head right now?
We picked this back up.
Smile, they'll kill your puppies.
We picked this back up hours ago, or hours from after the last recording, because Justin knocked me out.
I wish I could have. Turn away.
Justin could never hit me.
Turn away.
I'm turning away.
For you.
Actually, I'm not turning away. I'm looking down.
I need to take a picture of the card.
Oh, right. And I have to do the same for you.
What do you mean?
So, because you're not going to know my
look away. I said look away, Chad. Look away.
Look away.
All right, you're good to look. I gotta pick a venue too. Tri-state. Oh, you can look at the fucking venue, Chad.
I don't even want to know. I want to be completely surprised.
The B show. So we're gonna go in somewhere small like the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut.
Hartford,
Just there. That's where I was there for work.
Oh, was it nice?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Dodging that question.
Let's get into.
Must not have been nice.
Let's get into Bad Blood. You see 7 segments booked, Chan.
I do.
I gotta get my prediction sheet out for you, buddy.
Have to.
Yeah, you're 45 and 37 right now. Don't yawn. It's the beginning of my show.
Sorry, you're right.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
We start off Bad Blood with Kevin Kelly asking Paul White backstage what the stipulation will be for the later on match between him and Stone Cold.
Surprised he's still walking after he got beat up by Faces of Fear.
Paul White did?
No, Kevin Kelly.
Oh, yeah, he's in a wheelchair.
Oh, okay, good. Right on. Which makes him even shorter than than Paul White.
Paul White's he's sitting down on the floor.
I'm sorry, what was that, Kevin?
He's still got to look up at him. Or look down at him. Yeah, so he's like, Kevin's like, Paul, you won last week, surprisingly, even though Perry Saturn got hurt, and the match still went on. But needless to say, Stone Cold lost because of your interference in that match. Some people are asking, should you even be having this stipulation choice due to you cheating? But alas, Eric Bischoff's not here tonight, so it is your choice. Paul White says, you know what? We've been beating each other up so much. There's only one proper way to fight for the number 1 contendership, Kevin Kelly. Me and Stone Cold, I'm going to sit right here and wait for him because it's going to be a brawl backstage. That's right, a backstage brawl.
Ooh.
Haven't seen one of those ever in WWF, Chad.
No.
All right, we move on to... So we're going to get in our co-main event tonight. I'll spoil the co-main event right there. It will be Stone Cold taking on Paul White in a backstage brawl. Paul White's already waiting. He's already waiting for him. We move on, Chad, to a match between Fuerza Guerrera and Davey Boy Smith. 2 signings here to the WWF.
Davey Boy's here.
Davey Boy's here. I brought him in to make Teddy Hart happy, and I made him happy.
It's good. He's a happy boy.
He's a happy boy. Davey Boy won in 1450 with a running power slam.
Good for Davey Boy.
Yeah, good for Fuerza Guerrera. And then we have our pre-show battle royal, Chad, including guys like Adam Pearce, C.W. Anderson, Hayabusa, Jamie Noble, The Godfather, Volador Jr., Tajiri LaParca, but the winner was Sylvain Grenier. Wow, I didn't book it. Look, there was no rated notes. This is random, like always. Grenier wins the pre-show championship by eliminating DDP.
Ooh. Oh, wow. DDP, how the mighty have fallen.
What do you mean? This is a legendary, prestigious match.
Yes.
Savio Vega's in it.
Yeah, of course.
And Caprice Coleman.
And Mike Awesome.
And Abaddon. All right, Chad, we move on. Vince McMahon. I feel like that's a new picture.
It's not.
It's not?
No.
Vince McMahon comes out, and he acknowledges the crowd because he says Eric Bischoff is out of commission for a couple months, couple weeks, who knows? Because remember last week, Rene Dupree and La Resistance possibly beat him up. Allegedly beat him up, Chad. Allegedly, remember? Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember. Allegedly, of course.
So Vince McMahon is here to welcome the crowd here to Bad Blood, the 15,000 people here in Hartford, Connecticut at the XL Center. And then we have the highlight package of Scott Steiner and Psychosis leading up to their Bad Blood in the cage. Psychosis, Scott Steiner, the trilogy the final match. Who will walk out the cage? The champion. We'll ask Chad for his predictions later on the show. I'm sure he's going to go flawless tonight. But we start off with a match that I forgot to advertise last week on the Go Home, but we've seen a couple collisions between these two big men in the weeks prior. As Rhino got a big win and was attacked by Tomko. And then the week after, Tomko got a big win and took a gore from Rhino. But tonight they go one-on-one. They collide in the middle of the ring. It'll be Rhino taking on Travis Tomko. Chad, your first prediction of the night. Who do you got?
I got Rhino.
Why?
Oh, he's from Detroit.
That's your only reason?
We gotta support the homers.
Well, in a poor match.
I was right. I'm a genius.
Rhino defeats Travis Tomko 9:52 with a gore.
Rhino is a relative of someone we know.
Yeah.
I always forget that.
Backstage, Chad. Someone's getting beat up.
Oh.
And he's yelling out in pain because he's hurt right now. Stone Cold is beating up Perry Saturn. Right?
Poor Perry.
He's upset.
I'm gonna make your groin worse, son.
You gonna fuck me over, son? What? We would've had a 5-star classic. What? You made Chad brag to me. What?
You think you're hurt now? Wait till I get done with you. What?
I'm gonna strain your other groin. What? I only got one groin. What? Now you got 2 groins. What?
And I'm straightening them both. What?
Beating up Perry Saturn. That's just me taking out my frustrations on Perry Saturn.
Poor Perry Saturn.
All right. Well, we going on to our next match here, Chad. It's Tajiri walking out with Christopher, the hippie, the Reaper Daniels, taking on Trent Acid.
Reaper.
Trent Acid, light heavyweight championship on the line. We've seen Trent Acid go through the plethora of light heavyweight division members in the last couple weeks. We saw Daniels go against Thunder legend Jeff Hardy, drug addict himself, Jeff Hardy last week. Can Daniels get back on the winning ways and retain his long-tenured light heavyweight championship, or will we crown a new champion tonight of Trent Acid? Chad, your prediction?
I think Daniels wins.
I need a reason why. I'm going to always ask you for a reason why.
I don't know. I just don't think it's time for him to lose the belt yet.
He's the hip.
Especially not the Trent Acid. Oh, look, I was right.
Damn, they don't click. Damn.
Genius.
Fuck. Chris Daniels wins. Wow.
Got an 81, though, off of people not clicking. Imagine how that would have went if it would have...
Imagine. Now you want to imagine, but you didn't want to imagine me whooping your ass when Perry Saturn got hurt. Chris Daniels, though, 15-22 with the last rights, makes this defense number 4 of the light heavyweight championship, the longest reigning champion of any sort in WWF right now, Christopher Daniels. As in, you didn't know that, did you?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I do now, though.
You do now. All right, we move on, Chad, to Christopher Daniels. Doing this. What is this?
That's a handshake?
Yeah, he's pulling his hand. He's extending his hand out for a shake.
Justin remembering what a handshake is.
I didn't know how to describe it. And Trent Acid grabs his hand with his hand, and they shake in an upward and downward fashion.
Yes.
Good guy, Chris Daniels.
Good hippie Reaper, Christopher Daniels.
All right, Chad, we move on to a match that, again, we saw last week with Kevin Kelly getting hurt. Megan Barbarian calling out the departed of Silence and Kane. 4 big men getting in the ring with no remorse for each other, for their own bodies, for anyone else's bodies. Just pain and suffering. Who will win?
I'm going to go to the Departed. I feel like now is not the time for them to lose to the Faces of Fear on a pay-per-view.
Well, on a 79. Good.
I'm undefeated so far.
Good Lord. This had no... I thought this would be the worst match of the night. Silence getting a 74 is beyond me. Hey, Silence and Kane defeat the Faces of Fear in 11:51 when Kane pins the Barbarian with a chokeslam.
Yeah.
Kane getting back on his winning streak, getting back in the 80s. He was down in the dumps for a little bit, but he has found his calling with Silence and Gangrel and Snitsky. And Don Callis, but he's been really on Nitro and Thunder the last couple weeks because he's still a WCW talent or contracted superstar. Doesn't matter. We walk back. We go backstage to commercial. Yeah, okay. We got our sponsors. Now we have to find new sponsors. Snickers is gone. Now we have Payday. Boost Mobile's gone. We have T-Mobile now. The LA Times is now the New York Times. Okay, we have new sponsors. And then we go back into the ring, and Rene Dupree is making...
Payday one was funny.
Rene Dupree is making his way down in the ring, flanked by Sylvain Grenier wearing his new pre-show championship, and Rob Conway wearing his clothes. And he says, you know what? With no Eric Bischoff here, it's only right for me to come out here and challenge for a championship. He said I would challenge, I would give a future title shot of any kind. So how about you come out, anyone with a title shot with any kind of brain cells in your dumb little heads, your dumb little American heads. Then Heavy Metal comes out, Chad.
Ooh.
The international champion.
Well, for not seeing it often, we've seen it recently.
Yeah. So he comes out and he says, Rene Dupree, I hate you, French fucker. I will fight
Jesus.
you.
Heavy Metal.
So Heavy Metal taking on Rene Dupree in this match here for the international
I hope
champion.
he loses after that hateful jargon. I'm going to go Rene Dupree.
Who will win? Chad picks Rene Dupree in this match.
Rene Dupree.
And in the 81, Rene Dupree does it.
So damn smart. I'm in Justin's head.
Rene Dupree defeats Heavy Metal in 15.
Did you randomize that or?
No, fuck no. No, Renee was getting this belt ASAP. Get the fuck out of here, Heavy Metal. Rene Dupree's international champion now. He's a French flucker. He's the French tickler. Yeah, big win right there. Big win for Rene Dupree. How do you feel about Rene Dupree? He's really rise to the top here in SmackDown over the last
Big Rene
18
Dupree
months.
guy. I like it.
I love Rene Dupree.
He's the creme de la creme.
But now we have 6 men, the Guerrero Dojo, walking out to the ring. Chavo Guerrero, hurt as hell. He's got his arm in a brace. He can't work, but he's out there to support his boys, Latin Lover and Eddie Guerrero. Randy Savage, who's can't really walk right now. He's just there. He's backstage. He blew him a kiss. But Ric Flair and Clyde Flanders come out, Chad. It's Eddie and Latin Lover taking on Ric Flair and Clyde Flanders, the two mishmash teammates going along in 2 tag teams for the SmackDown tag team belts. Who do you got?
This one's tough, and this one might cost me my perfect streak, but I'm going to go with Eddie Guerrero and Latin Lover.
Ooh, Chad will pick Eddie Guerrero and Latin Lover.
Yeah, I don't think Eddie Guerrero loses here.
Eddie Guerrero.
Fucking smart.
Eddie Guerrero pins Clyde Flanders to win and retain the belts in a 91 classic right here. Eddie Guerrero showing everyone that he can still go. That loss to Clyde Flanders a couple weeks ago was a fluke in Eddie Guerrero's mind, and he gets the job done in 1451 with a big frog splash and makes this defense number 3 for the Guerrero Dojo. Doesn't matter who's in the Guerrero Dojo, but they've made this defense number 3 of the SmackDown belts.
Good for them.
Good for them, Chad. Good for them. A big win for Eddie and Latin Lover. I almost pulled the trigger, but I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it with Clyde and Rick. Maybe Randy and Rick, but not Clyde and Rick. Doesn't make sense. But now, here we go, Chad. It's Booker T. It's the prototype John Cena. United States Championship on the line, Chad. Your perfect record on the line. Can you go 6-0? Who do you got?
Well, unlike last match where you didn't pull the trigger, I think you did here. I'm going to go John Cena for the win against Booker T.
You think the prototype can finally get it done? Booker T's had the belt for a while.
Yeah, I think it's time he loses it.
Well, in a 90, John Cena. I don't like when you're here because now you can read it before I read it up to you, and now you already know before I get to it.
I celebrate.
Cena is the new United States champion after an unbelievable match in 90. I was dogging this show. I thought this show would stink. This show might have the potential to be at high 90s here.
Yeah.
With the 2 main events coming up. What a match for Booker T and John Cena. John Cena, though, your new United States champion in one of the best matches of his career.
Oh, yeah.
And then, does he celebrate? Of course he does. Of course he does, Chad.
Of course.
Celebrates in the middle of the ring. Chad, you're 6-0.
I know.
Can you go 8-0 tonight? Because there's 2 more
can.
matches. And I told you before we started, this is a very predictable show for someone that's watched everything in the last couple hours today. Here we go, though.
Just a genius.
It's Stone Cold. It's Paul White. I don't know why there's entrances, because these guys are just in the backstage and they just start beating the fuck out of each other, Chad. Who do you got?
I got Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Well, in a 98 backstage Raw, Scott Steiner loses to Paul White.
Scott Steiner?
That's meant Steve Austin. Steve Austin defeats Paul White in 1819 with a stunner, Chad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Paul White took a crazy bump during this match. Scott Steiner, God damn it, Stone Cold threw him off of a limo, Chad. They were in the parking lot back there. They fought all over backstage. They went in the locker room. They went in Eric Bischoff's office, and Eric Bischoff was laid down, but they didn't see him because they were too busy beating each other up. Why was Eric Bischoff unconscious in his locker room?
Yeah, who knows?
You got to keep canon, all right? He was beat up last week, so he's still in the locker room.
Selling it?
He's still in.
Kill him?
He's in a different arena. That's where I'm getting at.
Oh yeah.
That's the funny part. They switched arenas, and he's still unconscious. Backstage just picked him up and moved into the different set. Stone Cold, big win he's the new number 1 contender, Chad. We haven't even acknowledged that. Stone Cold, your new number 1 contender. And here we go, cage lowering music. Psychosis runs the ring. He's ready to fucking go, Chad.
This might be the one that caused me.
Scott Steiner makes his way down to the ring. Cage match. Scott Steiner, Psychosis 3. The trilogy, the possible final chapter of this historic rivalry. The biggest rivalry we had in this save they've had a rivalry in both companies at this point. World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Who do you got?
Scott Steiner.
Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
Chad picks the big bad booty.
And only because just something in my gut saying it's Steiner. And I don't know why, just something in my gut.
Chad, close your eyes so I can read it out to you.
All right.
Okay? No, close your eyes.
No, you're closed.
Okay, I trust you.
I closed.
In a bout that had superb wrestling and great heat, after throwing Psychosis off the top of the cage, Scott Steiner climbs out and wins. Don't read Pinball by Frankensteiner. Scott Steiner makes this defense number 2 of the WWF World Champion.
There's nothing finer than Scott Steiner.
Psychosis. Scott Steiner was at the top of the cage. He was about to climb out, and Psychosis realized what was going on. And he climbed. He ran up there. He jumped. He springboarded from the top rope up to the top. It was unbelievable. And then Scott Steiner just fucking chucked him off. He jumped up there, landed on there, corralled him, punch. They standing up. Scott Steiner kicks him in the gut. And then Scott points at the crowd. He's like, "You want me to kill this motherfucker?"
And I went, "No."
And then says, "Bye-bye." And throws Psychosis in the middle of the ring. And that's the end of the show. Scott Steiner, your World Heavyweight Champion, retains the belt to end the show. A 96. Like I said, a high 96. I think you can do it. I left the door open. I didn't think I'd get a 96. I thought this was a 92. Yeah. I was worried about that cage match. But that did well enough.
And I had a clean sweep.
Yeah, 8. No, Jesus Christ, Chad. That puts you at 53 and 37.
God, I'm so smart. And now I can do this to you.
Yeah, that's true. I would wait until the end of the year to start it over.
I want to do this. I want to see how you do.
Well, you got to get your own pay. You don't have your own paper and pen, Chad.
No, keep the note. I'm not going to keep track of it forever. I don't give a fuck about your overall
ranking. I do. I think it's fun. I think it's a fun little gimmick for you, Chad, to see if you pay attention to my stories. See? If you pay attention, it's a very easy... You can understand where I'm going with stories.
Right.
And as he's on his phone texting his mom at 4 o'clock in the morning, "Mommy, I'm not going to beat Justin in the WWF WCW ratings war."
Just check, go to bed.
All right, we'll see you for Barely Legal.
And we are here at Fall Brawl, the biggest...
Hey.
Oh, the microphone.
Good Lord.
What a dingus.
Unprofessional.
And we are here at Fall Brawl, Justin, the biggest brawl of the fall.
Yeah.
Last year's Fall Brawl got a 99, Justin. Will it get a 99 this year? Main evented by Chris Jericho and Owen Hart.
I didn't even go over my card last year.
You're right, you didn't.
It was Paul White defeating The Rock in the main event.
It was. All right, Justin, don't look. I have one match on the pre-show, and it was Trish Stratus versus Queen Charmel.
You put this on the pre-show? This was one of your heavy hitting...
I didn't have any time for it. I got cut for time restraints. But
I'm going to... Oh, man, this is a big, bad start, man. This is a huge storyline you had.
So...
You're telling me something else couldn't go on the pre-show? If Lodi's on this fucking card, don't laugh. Because if Lodi's on this card and this got bumped to the pre-show, I'm going to hit you.
All right, we'll get ready to hit me. But regardless...
You're despicable. You know that, right?
Regardless, Trish Stratus defeated Queen Charmel with a Stratus faction.
Was it rating-wise? You wanted to book this because you thought this was...
No, that's not it.
Why is this on the pre-show then?
I just didn't have time. Look at Justin. So we're going to start the show off with the War Games match.
That's starting? This main event last year, didn't it?
No, it opened. Last year it opened too.
I hate that.
Justin.
Should main event.
War Games. Planet Ahmed versus Paul Heyman, guys. Who do you have?
Nothing's on the line?
Well, the game wouldn't let me put things on the line, but I'm going to put the tag team titles and Money in the Bank briefcase on the line.
Fucking Team Heyman, then.
You think so?
Yeah.
And Justin says Paul Heyman, guys.
No way you're going to give the fucking briefcase to Big Daddy V.
And in a good match, Taka Michinoku, Minoru Suzuki, Taz, and Shane Douglas defeated Ahmed, Big Daddy V, D'Lo Brown, and Monty Brown in a War Games match when Minoru Suzuki submitted D'Lo Brown.
Yeah, no way a team of fucking D'Lo and Monty Brown were ever going to fucking win this match, Chad. Come on. I mean, when was the last time D'Lo was in a match?
After the match, Paul Heyman and his guys celebrate, Justin.
You can put that phone on the table.
And we've got, coming up next, Justin, we've got the 6-man scramble match. Tough enough stipulations. The person who gets pinned is out of the competition, but the person who scores the pinfall is immune to elimination next month.
Yeah.
Who do you got?
You don't even know, so it doesn't matter.
Well, you can still predict it.
Chris Harris is gonna win.
You're picking Chris Harris.
He's gonna pin. The last guy to get pinned is going to be Chuck Palumbo.
Chuck Palumbo. Oh, what a... no! And Justin... His luck has finally ran out. And about to head subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Chris Harris defeated Charlie Haas, Mike Sanders, Shelton Benjamin, Carly Cullen, and Chuck Palumbo when Chris Harris pinned Shelton Benjamin with a catatonic. So Justin, he has been on the elimination of, I think, every pay-per-view since the competition, basically. Yeah. But Shelton Benjamin, his luck finally runs out. He gets pinned, and Chris Harris is immune for next month.
I even know your random winners. What can I say? I know you're probably inside and out.
And we move on to our next segment. So in this segment, we're backstage. We're backstage, and we're talking about just what's happened so far. And as soon as the Mean Gene backstage is announcing what has happened backstage so far in the pay-per-view, he's interrupted as Lodi and Shark Boy run across, being chased by Studley, Dudley, Thrasher, Stevie Richards, and ODB.
Yeah. Just keep your fucking phone
on. And then the next match, Justin, it is AJ and Ray versus the Sweet Sensations.
Yeah. This might be it's gotta be AJ and Ray.
So this match, Justin, the Sweet Sensations come down to the ring, and it looks like they're in the know. They've got some cheeky smirks, and Justin, AJ Styles doesn't come down to the ring. And the Sweet Sensations, they're laughing. It's like they know something we don't. And Rey Mysterio, to defend his team's honor, faces them in a 1-on-2 handicap match, Justin. And in a good match, Rey Mysterio defeats the Sweet Sensations when Shane Helms intentionally got disqualified. So, Justin, technically the Sweet Sensations retain the Cruiserweight tag titles. But Rey Mysterio does get the win. But you did technically win. Even if you got it wrong, I was gonna hold it against you because it's a handicap match.
Why the fuck did AJ?
But after the match, Justin,
none of this makes sense.
The Sweet Sensations.
None of this makes sense.
The Sweet Sensations are beating down Rey Mysterio. But then, Justin, AJ Styles' music hits.
And then he joins them.
Oh, I picked the wrong Ray! Oh no!
That's what you get. That's karma.
I hit the wrong Ray.
That's what you get.
AJ Styles runs into the ring, Justin. AJ Styles runs into the ring, Justin, and beats down Rey Mysterio with the Sweet Sensations.
But why? There's been no lead up to that at all.
You'll have to see why.
There should be a little bit of.
Maybe AJ will say why he did it. Who knows?
But do you understand where I'm coming from? There's been no lead up to that at all. There's been no burn. They just started teaming up.
Yeah, well, listen. Maybe AJ will reveal what happened. But AJ Styles has attacked his tag team partner Rey Mysterio.
You can't even call it a tag team partner. That was oh my god.
And Justin, we are backstage once again. Lodi and Shark Boy are running through the arena to protect the 24/7 title. And Justin, they're so scattered-brained and chaotic that they run into each other. And Larry Sabisco, who was walking by, pins Lodi to win the 24/7 title.
That's funny. Okay.
Yeah.
You won me back after the no build up to AJ turning.
Justin, we have now Bret Hart versus Masked Man.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
Bret Hart gets in the ring, and he's challenging the Masked Man. The Masked Man comes out, looks at him, and then shakes his finger. No. It's not that Masked Man, Justin.
He's versing a Masked Man who can actually go, can't it?
It's Masked Man number 3. And in a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd,
his gimmick.
Bret Hart defeated Mask number 3 with a sharpshooter.
Yeah, that's spoiled that right there, buddy.
Yeah, that's okay. Listen, you don't know.
Yeah, had to put someone over that can actually wrestle, you pussy.
No, it's all part of it, Justin, because after the match, all 3 masked men run in the ring and start beating down Bret Hart.
The original Masked Man didn't even get to wrestle Bret. That's so stupid.
It's the mask. Who are these masked men, Justin?
But why didn't Bret get his hands on the original one? Why did a third one come out?
Listen, because
None
because Bret said he wanted to challenge.
You have these feuds, and you have the build-up, and you're right there, and then
Well,
you try
you
to
need-
put the circle block into the square one.
Well, no,
and
because
you just can't do it.
He wanted to challenge a masked man, but the
That's
masked man
because
didn't say which one he'd face.
That's because you're stupid. You should be fighting the one that started this all, not the fucking jabronis that came out and were. Oh my!
Listen,
I want to fight Sin Cara, not Sin Cara Negro.
our,
Whatever the fuck.
our
came
next
out.
match, Justin, is Hoovetude versus Jimmy Yang.
Okay.
Who do you got?
I don't care at this point. Jimmy Yang.
It's gotta be you're saying Jimmy Yang.
No, I'm saying Hoovy because you're afraid of building stars.
And about that good
Yeah.
wrestling consideration from the crowd, Hoovetude defeated Jimmy Yang in 7-10 with
I
a
know
450
you.
splash.
I know
And,
you.
well, he just won the Cruiserweight title. He can't lose it so soon.
Yes, you can. if they
Hoovetude
build
makes
Jimmy.
defense number 1 of the
AJ just started
WCW.
teaming with Ray. And he
Cruiserweight
just
title.
turned on him.
So, and then
I'm
Justin.
taking apart as a critique here, Chad.
So Justin,
I
Larry
want to like this shit.
Larry Zbyszko is
But
holding.
It's Vince Russo style, just like boom, bam, 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 bam.
This makes sense. You just let the stories play out.
Because you want me to wait until Nitro to. That's the problem right now.
We're always building to the next show.
That's
Jeff
why
Miller.
TNA is dead.
We're building the
That's
next
why
show.
WCW is dead.
TNA's not dead. TNA's alive and well. You can see it every Thursday on whatever fucking TV network it's on.
My point exactly. I gotta go watch it on fucking imdb.com or whatever.
Justin, Larry Zbyszko is backstage celebrating his title when Lash LaRue jumps him from behind.
God,
Lash LaRue
Oh, he doesn't win it.
was getting ready to beat Larry Zbyszko, but it's broken up by Shark Boy and Low D, who then quick roll up Larry Zbyszko, Justin, and Low D wins back the 24/7 title once again.
Remember, one of the most built-up feuds got cut for this. Remember that. Remember the camera angle for Sports Illustrated got cut to the pre-show for this.
And Justin,
remember that, fans. Remember.
our
Jesse,
next
remember that.
our next match, Owen Hart and Raven versus the Tap Out Crew,
Hit
Justin.
next, you know it's Owen and Raven.
And about that subpar wrestling in great heat.
Cage.
Owen Hart and
What the fuck was this
Raven.
into a cage
It was
match?
supposed to. I didn't feel like creating a tag team Lions Den, so I just made it a steel cage, and we're gonna pretend it's a Lions Den. And about
Okay,
that,
yeah, you're right. Okay,
and about that superb wrestling in great heat, Owen Hart and Raven defeat Shamrock and Vader in a tag team Lions Den match. When Owen Hart submitted Ken Shamrock with a sharpshooter, and Owen and Raven win the world tag team titles. Justin,
Did you put the wrong tag team belts on the line?
no, that's the belt.
Why did they... Oh, Vader and Shamrock were champs the whole time?
Yeah.
They may have been. And I mean this out of all respect. You booked your tag champions to look like absolute buffoons. They lost in every promo, in every match. They got pinned. They weren't even just on the losing team. Vader took every pinfall and submission building up to this match.
Well, listen. We got new champions.
Yeah, no shit.
We got new champions, Justin.
Fucking Larry Zbyszko could have went out there and won them.
And Justin, we got Debbie Malenko versus Manami Toyota
There we
next.
go. Good
Women's
feud.
championship
A good
match
feud. I'm
on the
excited for
line.
this one. One of the ones I'm excited for. Give me... Oh, I've been back and forth on this one. I think because I know how much you pay Toyota, I think she has to win here.
You think
But
so?
I think Debbie wins.
You think Debbie wins?
Yeah.
You think Debbie
I
wins?
think Debbie wins. But
And
the
about that
smart
had
move-
good wrestling in the crowd.
good
Manami
Lord.
Toyota
Yeah.
defeats Debbie Malenko after she separated her shoulder with an Ocean Kui B bomb, and Manami Toyota wins the women's championship.
That's what I figured. You had to put the belt on it because you're giving her the bag.
But Debbie Malenko sustained a separated shoulder,
you get
which
for building
probably definitely hurt the match.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, did not help at all.
no.
What, 75 and 80? Yeah, very good. Very good match.
Justin, we've got Goldberg versus Shannon Moore next. Who do you got?
What do you think, Chad?
You're going with Shannon Moore?
I'm going with Goldberg.
An interesting choice.
That's
Justin's
not-
picking Shannon Moore.
I'm going Goldberg. There's not a chance in hell. Yeah, no shit, Ted.
Thank you, Ted. And in an extremely short match, Goldberg defeated Shannon Moore
67.
in 5:23 with a
doing?
spear, and Goldberg makes defense number 1 of the Universal title.
This match stunk. It's because it was so damn short, and that's probably what happened.
Well-
That's why you don't book short matches.
Well, listen, Goldberg needed to send a statement.
Yeah, but a statement of 67 is not going to help his pop at all.
Story over ratings, Justin. Story over ratings.
Say that to the one who just went, oh yeah, I won last week. Story over ratings, jackass.
All right, Justin. Next up. So Goldberg is celebrating in the ring. Goldberg is not even celebrating. He's just standing there, like holding his belt up, like
Goldberg doesn't celebrate.
look at this. I beat this like stupid piece of shit. And then Jericho's music hits, and Jericho stands Goldberg clapping for Goldberg and motions to the Universal title.
We're
Justin.
getting Goldberg and Jericho again. Rehash some storylines, baby. Rehash it over again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, they said.
And Justin, our next segment, we've got Hulk Hogan and Chris Benoit making their entrances. Justin, who do you got? Hulk Hogan versus Chris Benoit, U.S. Championship on the line.
Benoit.
You got Benoit?
Benoit.
Well, listen,
you
get
win.
the shovel, brother. Because in an exceptional match, Chris Benoit defeats Hulk Hogan
so short on
with
this
a
show.
dragon suplex. And because Hogan can't go, this is going to be 15 minutes long, and it said Hogan can't go 15 minutes, so we did
I would
10.
have pushed it anyway.
So Hogan, Chris Benoit makes defense number 9 of the United States title.
Okay. All right. Good for Benoit.
So good for Benoit. All right, Justin.
Is it our main event time already?
Our main event.
How'd you fuck up the promo before?
Shawn Michaels, Sting, and Rob Van Dam.
Sean.
You're going Shawn.
Sean.
You're going Shawn. Interesting.
Sting.
You're going Sting.
Yeah, I'm going Sting.
Okay. Interesting.
Who's the world champ right now?
Shawn Michaels.
Oh, no, Sean. Sorry.
You even know who my world champion was?
I don't.
You're not paying attention, Justin?
You haven't acknowledged he was a champion in a while.
And Justin,
Yeah.
with a 99 and an exceptional match, Shawn Michaels defeated Sting and
the
Rob
fuck
Van
outta
Dam
here.
in 1651
Why was this-
when Shawn Michaels pins Rob Van Dam with a sweet chin music. There were lots of run-ins
That's
here,
what I'm saying.
Justin.
What the fuck is this?
Masked Man ran down, and Bret Hart tried fighting him off, but
Why was
it
Bret
didn't
Hart
work
there?
because the Masked Man showed up. So then Bret
immediately
runs out.
Sprinted to save,
Yeah.
save this match.
He just wanted to fight the Masked Man, but it was all for naught because the 3 Masked Men, Justin, they were
Well, this
beat.
says only 2.
They were fighting Bret Hart, right? So then they get into the ring, and Sting and Rob Van Dam are being attacked, and Shawn
No
Michaels.
DQ all of a sudden?
It's a triple threat match. There always no DQ. And so then Shawn Michaels, he's standing there watching the Masked Men, and it looks like Shawn Michaels is going to run into the ring to start. He's going to stop them, but instead he just starts smiling, Justin. He starts smirking as we stand tall as Shawn Michaels and the 3 Masked Men stand over Sting, Rob Van Dam, and Bret the Hitman Hart as we end the show. 90 overall.
That's what I said. I whooped your ass again.
Listen, that's okay.
It's because I'm letting you book your own show.
But Justin, what a show, Justin. What is going to happen next next night on
I
Nitro?
have so many questions for you outside of this. None of this makes sense.
This made perfect sense.
There's no build up to half the shit that happened tonight.
That's not true. Everything was properly built. What did it make sense? What build up?
Why did AJ turn out of nowhere?
That's so
Nothing
by
happened.
half the thing you mean one thing?
Why was Mask 3 fighting instead of Mask Guy 1? Why did Queen Sharma go to the pre-show? And why did What the fuck?
Lodi had to do his 24/7 shenanigans.
Yeah, on the pre-show. Easily could have done on the pre-show.
Yeah, but it's funny if it's on the show.
But it's not funny if you demote the woman's one of the main storylines of your show.
Listen, she was still on the card. She was still on the card.
She doesn't get over if she's not on the pay-per-view. That's what I'm trying to help you with. Boosting your ratings and your pop of people by putting them on the main show where it should actually be seen.
Listen.
The people on YouTube will watch it. Yeah, perfect. But they're not going to get the pop over on this game.
The people are what matter, Justin. Maybe you're right. Maybe we could have left out 1 or 2 Lodi segments, but
I'm just trying to help you.
And I appreciate that.
The fellow booker.
But it's too late now because it's already ran.
There's been no lead up to AJ turning at all.
Goodbye, everyone. We'll see you at Nitro.